You're tuned in to Get Right Fantasy.
Hey everybody, Adam Rank here.
What's up, friends? Daniel Dopp here from the Fantasy Focused Football Podcast over on ESPN.
It's Fab, so you're Michael Fabiano from Sports Illustrated.
You know who you can trust? If you've got some questions about your fantasy squad,
Want to check out a cool show on YouTube that'll help you get ready for the fantasy football season?
check out the Get Right Fantasy Network.
Check out the Get Right Fantasy Network. If you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? You want to lose your league?
Head on over to YouTube. Check out the Get Right Fantasy Network because they're doing everything they can to make you a better fantasy player.
You got to get right with the Get Right Fantasy Network.
You're tuned in to Get Right Fantasy.
Love it. What up? What up? What up, world? Welcome back to the Get Right Fantasy Network. I'm Mike Herrick, aka Classic Mike, and this is our Week 9 Actives and Inactives Sunday show. I'll be going over some of the news and notes since our Friday show and going over actives and inactives at around 11:30, as well as answering your last sit, start, sit questions leading up to game time. So make sure you guys throw those questions in the chat. We don't have a ton of news. Everything's kind of worked out the way that people wanted to. So now, we're here, daylight savings time. Everybody, hopefully you got your clocks turned back a little bit, which is nice. Give us a little bit of an hour, a little more sleep. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful Halloween and is home safe and sound. We got today, the only big news, Joe Flacco will play today. There was a lot of questions on whether he would or wouldn't. He didn't practice on Friday, so it was a whole thing, or Thursday, whatever day it was. It doesn't really matter. He's going to play today. Jacoby Brissett is going to get the start versus the Cowboys on Monday night. They might try to throw Kyler in here and there, but for now, Jacoby is the starter. Dalton Schultz, he was listed questionable with a knee and shoulder injury. He's expected to play today. Alvin Kamara and Rashid Shaheed are both going to be playing today. Both were listed as questionable, but they are good to go. Nothing real crazy other than, Trey Smith, he's been dealing with back spasms. He's expected to play today. That's going to be a huge boost to that, to the Chiefs line. It's something they really needed the last few weeks. You could tell that Mahomes, he's been playing very well even without them, without Simmons and Smith being there. But otherwise, they are a big part of what has made him really good this year. Cooper Kupp, he was listed as questionable. He is not likely to play today. He is the only guy on the list that doesn't look like he is going to be playing. Jaguars are confident about Travis Hunter. He didn't sustain any long-term damage in his knee after a non-contact injury. Looks like he should be good to go after his 4-week, missing 4 weeks. Also, Isaiah Pacheco is out for today, but Andy Reid is telling everybody that he avoided a serious injury. He should be back after the bye. Expect Kareem Hunt, Brashard Smith, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire coming back to carry the load. All right. So we got Knucklebuster. What's going on, man? Great to have you here today. He goes, Kyle Monangai is available. Do I drop Marks or Dobbins to grab him? I would drop Marks over Dobbins, to be quite honest. I would rather have, but you also have to remember Monangai is probably a 1-week fill-in. So unless you absolutely need him or you're trying to stop your particular opponent from having him, maybe he's the Swift owner, I would probably at this point, I don't think I might, if I had these options and it's really just to, switch over to Marks for Monangai. Mark's been doing very well, but the hard part is that offensive line is hard to play with. This particular game is going to be a little bit more difficult for them overall. I mean, if you just look at the particular lines from Vegas when it comes to this game, it's 41-point over under. It's one of the lowest. I think it is the lowest point total this week. I would prefer, yes, to probably grab Monangai and drop Marks. That would be my best bet. You can't really drop Dobbins. I think Dobbins is in a great scenario. It sucks that they're involving Harvey. Believe me, I know there are very frustrated J.K. Dobbins owners. Basically, he's the one that gets it from 20 to 20, and then they throw in Harvey. Oh yeah, no, you're good. I mean, the only guy that I might think of is Chase Brown switching out. But the thing is, with that particular lineup, I don't mind it. Chicago's really bad against the run. They've been doing a little bit better as of late. Joe Flacco really helps Chase Brown a lot just because of the fact that they have to respect the pass a little bit and takes more guys out of the box. The only thing is, with that scenario, Joe Flacco's in a very, very tough spot today. Dealing with that type of injury on the shoulder and especially the right throwing shoulder. It's not like Wentz, who was dealing with the left and, you're kind of just pain tolerancing it. This is his right shoulder. I saw photos and I was watching one of the PT guys and they were right. He's throwing it at a weird angle now. Like normally he's up here, it's down here, and you have to compensate a little bit. It's going to be a lot of dump off, a lot of, underneath route. He's not going to try to chuck it downfield. Ooh, and you just grab the Bears D. I do not like playing Bears D. I don't like playing a defense against a guy that I have in my starting roster. That's just something I don't enjoy doing. It basically takes a touchdown. If that player were to get the touchdown, it takes it and makes it 3 points instead of 6 in a lot of scenarios. And especially if it's like the first, it just takes away from what you're currently trying to do. So if you were to do all this and then switch out Monangai for Chase Brown, I'm okay with that too. This is a very good matchup for both teams against the run. So it's one of those things where I wouldn't mind having Monangai pulling Brown and playing Vidal and Monangai. I don't mind that. The Tennessee matchup is juicy as hell. I like Monangai as well for this game against Cincinnati because they're not good either. If you do think that the Bears are going to do well, I wouldn't play Brown, pull him out. Brown is pretty interchangeable at this point. I have him in my rankings currently. I have Brown just ranked a little bit higher than Monangai at 12 and 14, but that means to me that they're interchangeable and you can use either or. So from there, that's something I might do. It would be Willie Marks if I'm dropping somebody and then making arrangements to do that. Warrior, what's going on, brother? Great to have you here today, as always. What's up, Mike the Man? Half-point PPR. Start Marvin Harrison Jr. versus the Cowboys or Debo, not 100% Debo, and Jaden Daniels versus a good Seattle defense. You're correct. It is a very tough situation. The Marvin Harrison Jr., I like a little bit more. This is a great matchup versus Dallas, who's been very bad against the pass recently. I like him a lot in this particular scenario. I'm a little bit nervous about Brissett being the QB, but I do like Brissett overall. So I don't mind it. I'd rather go Marvin Harrison over Debo. Even, the matchup's really good for Marvin, not for Debo. So no problem, Knucklebuster. I appreciate you. Thanks. My thoughts to his thoughts to Big Mike for the win. That's what I'm here for, man. Help you guys kind of work through your scenarios. But Warrior, yeah, I'm going to go with Marvin Harrison Jr. here for this pick. Wicked, what's going on, man? Great to have you back. He goes, good morning, you beautiful people. May you win all your matchups today. Let's hope so. Brees, what's going on, man? Great to have you on the show. He goes, start Cortland Sutton or Quentin Johnston. This is where we have a situation where we have two really good wide receivers. Well, QJ has just recently become this, But we have two good receivers in two different scenarios. Tennessee's particular passing defense is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Cortland Sutton is going to be going against Devin Singleton, one of the better corners in the league, probably one of the best shutdown guys that we have seen in quite some time. And that defense is very good against against quarterbacks, and in turn, which then hurts the wide receiver. I feel a little bit better about Quentin Johnston than I do Cortland Sutton. I love Sutton, one of my favorite players out there. Probably one of the most underrated wide receivers that I've seen in my time. Well, that's not all true, but one of the most underrated guys that I've seen in a while. I would prefer to play Quentin Johnston after the goose egg. Reason being, they're going to want to get him involved after what happened last week. I get it. We've seen the emergence of their tight end Gadsden, who I'm going to get a ton of questions about today. I already know that. But I think they're going to try to get him more involved. They have been using they use Trey Harris a lot in single wide receiver sets. They do a lot of 3 tight end recently. They're trying to run the ball with Vidal. You can tell every time they had Trey Harris in, they pretty much ran the ball. On very rare occasions, they went off and went play action to one of the tight ends. I think that they're going to try to keep Quentin Johnston a little bit more involved. As of today, it's just a really good matchup for him. I'm going to go Quentin Johnston. It's definitely the ceiling play over Cortland Sutton, which is more of the floor play. I just like Quentin a little bit more, and it's really just for the narrative of trying to get him more involved after a goose egg. A lot of teams, see those things. They go, "Oh, we didn't really give it to him. Let's try to, work it back." And it's a great matchup for it. So I'm going to go Johnston. Warrior Loft. He goes Stark Gadsden versus the Titans or Cowboys Ferguson versus the Cardinals. Oh my God, we're at this point, aren't we? That's a great question, man. I have Ferguson at 7. I have Gadsden at 5. I mean, they're right next to each other. The matchup's good. I mean, we've really gotten to this point, huh? It's incredible. Let me just look at some real quick. I'm going to look at team tendencies at this point. And, Dallas has been going with, they are currently sixth passing to the tight end in target distribution. Let me just double check that. I have to refresh it. Let me see if I'm right. Yeah, they're 6th. And, right now, the Chargers are only starting to get that going. Matchup's good for both. Man, this is a tough one. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Gadsden. It's a tough one, though. That's a really tough scenario. Really tough scenario. Bryce goes, I'm also starting Chase Brown. Am I starting Chase Brown or David Montgomery? I like David Montgomery a little bit. I like his scenario today. I definitely have Chase Brown ranked higher, but that's really just because there's so many people in between that I would use for a guy that splits carries. Chase Brown doesn't split anything other than with Samaje Perine, who they've been using a little bit more on the goal line. I do think Flacco helps him a little bit. It's a good matchup, but like I said before, the Bears have been doing a little bit better on defense as of late, especially in the run game. I'm trying to find my notes real quick. Right now, Chicago's 6th best against the run. Or wait, no, is this again? Did I filter it wrong? Hold on one sec. They are 24th best against the run. So they've been doing better. They were at like 30. They have recently increased a little bit. They have been doing a lot better against the run. I don't mind Chase Brown here, especially with Joe playing, but if Joe gets hurt during the game, you're going to be in a situation where they're going to just crowd the box and go after him. I feel a little bit safer with David just because Dave Montgomery is always a safe option against Minnesota. The whole scenario, 47.5 point over under, they're favored by 9.5. That narrative holds in the context that they will be in positive game script, doing the best that they can to keep everything, with them, and it leans towards the Lions doing well and keeping that offense on the field. It's a little bit different with the Chase Brown, even though the numbers are higher. It's favoring them being, it's a 51 point over under, which has gone down since the last time I was here. It opened at 52.1. It went down with Joe Flacco being named the QB. Chicago's favorite here. They might have to use him in the passing game. Full PPR, I'd be definitely leaning towards Brown more than David Montgomery. It's tough. I think I'm going to lean Brown just because of that. But it's tough. That's a tough one. You guys always give me some really good questions here. Wicked goes full PPR, non-tight end premium. Okay. Need help with tight end. Who would you start? Theo, AJ Barner, Ingram, or Hawkinson? That's crazy, man. Those are some really good names out there that are really in a situation that it's crazy to think that they are at in this time. Theo's been playing real well. I do like Theo a lot. AJ Barner is a really good choice as well. Evan Ingram slowly getting back into the groove. Petrie is very good, so I might eliminate Ingram out of this. Just a really good cover safety. Hawkinson, I don't mind just because they have a ton of injuries on the back end. They are dealing with a lot of injuries to the secondary currently, but I just don't trust JJ McCarthy. I just don't. I prefer in this scenario probably AJ Barner, and it's really just because of Sam Darnold and them being able to use him. The matchup overall isn't horrible against the Commanders. The problem is that they also use Arroyo, and they spread the ball out a little bit, so you're going to get like a 3-catch 40-yard type scenario, maybe a touchdown, but they have a higher situation for that. So I'm going to go AJ Barner here. Wicked, he goes, would you feel comfortable starting McCarthy over Flacco? Just based on my opinion of JJ McCarthy, I just don't like him. I just don't think he's a good quarterback. I was rarely high on him in the particular scenario when he was being drafted. I kind of wanted the Giants to go for him, and just because of the value, where he was and where he was going to go. I didn't think that we would have the situation that we ended up having where we had neighbors and all that. So it was a whole different situation there. Actually, I want to Bo Nix, but more than anything. But after hearing all the news, then I started watching film, and after he tore the ACL, and then now we're starting to see him play. I just don't think he has what it takes. I think Joe Flacco is in a better scenario, better weapons overall. He's able to have 2 or 3 comparatively. I think Addison and Jefferson are great, but they can't get him going. They can't do anything to get it where they can get involved. So for me, I feel a lot better about Flacco over McCarthy. I had a buddy in my league get Flacco, but the thing is, both are having McCarthy's dealing with a high ankle sprain that he's recovered the last 5 months or 5 weeks. He should be okay more than Flacco, who is dealing something with an injury from last week. McCarthy runs a little bit more, so his floor is a little bit higher. So I understand it. I don't feel comfortable with it. I'm just not a McCarthy fan, but I understand the need to want to play McCarthy over Flacco just because of something like that. So I'm not against that. I'm not a big McCarthy overall fan. But in a day like today where Flacco's dealing with injury, I'm telling you, one fall, it's going to really aggravate something and he can't play for the rest of the deal. So for me, it's one of those things where I might go McCarthy just because of that. John Santiago, what's going on, man? Welcome back. Great to have you here. He goes, Tracy or Sutton, full PPR. That's a great question, man. I really like this. I'm going to lean Sutton, and it's really just because of he's getting a lot more volume with Scatterboo gone, unfortunately. Sutton is going to be in a really tough matchup today against Stingley. I would probably go with Tracy in this scenario just because of the usage. The matchup's okay against San Francisco. They have let up some big runs. I think I'm going to go with Tracy. Patrick Lario Jr., what's up, brother? Great to have you back. He goes, yo, go Big Blue, as always. We winning today for Scatty. Yeah, we need to. Insane how we should be 6-2. I think there's a lot of scenarios that could put us there, but yeah, we should at least be closer to 500 in this particular situation. Marcos, what's going on, man? Great to have you here. He goes, DJ Moore, Monungai, or Deebo Samuel flex. Full PPR, it looks like. I like this question. I think I'm going to go Monungai, and it's really just because of the concept that he is more guaranteed for a touch than DJ Moore. I love DJ Moore. I think DJ Moore is very underutilized and has a better skill set than most of the guys on the team. At least in this scenario, Rome is definitely better. But Deebo, I just don't trust yet. I'm not there. He was involved last week here and there, but not enough to really turn the dial for me. Monungai is just in a great matchup today. His usage prior to the injury to Swift, he was heavily involved. They're only going to increase that moving forward. Moore's just, like I said, it's kind of weird. It's either the offense or Caleb. It makes me think that, DJ said something to him. He just hasn't been throwing him the ball. It's always just weird because you'll see DJ open on some plays and you're just like, why aren't you throwing that way? He's wide open. I don't know. But I'm going to go Monungai here. If you have the ability to play in a full PPR, I like it. Patrick goes, most teams, self-explanatory, as 2 leagues, I'm 3-5 fighting for a spot in one of them. I have the highest points scored overall, but my opponent happened to go wild those weeks I lost. Yeah, man, that happens all the time with me. I can't even tell you how many times that's happened. Patrick goes, so Trey Tucker, Ertz, or Spears. This is the league. I'm 0-8. So it doesn't matter really, but I played till the very end. Don't care what record you guys give up and cause turmoil. So for me, I'd probably lean Trey Tucker, just a smidge. It's a tough one. I don't like the Spears scenario. Ertz is underwhelming. Trey Tucker seems to be more involved as of late. So I'm going to go Trey Tucker. Marcos goes pick 2, Monungai or Jalen Warren or Bam Knight, full PPR. For me, it's Monungai and Warren. I don't even consider Bam Knight in any scenario, regardless of the matchup versus the Cowboys. Just not a fan of it overall. They have their 29th worst against the run. He's okay. I just prefer Monungai and Warren. Warren's going to have a little bit of a tougher match today overall against the Colts. But I love the point total here. They're at home. Rodgers gets him involved one way or another. I'm not on board the Bam Knight train at this point. Wicked goes, heard. Thanks as always for the insight. Let's rock it today. As always, man, I can't wait. Hopefully we can do well today. Mike Lopez, what's going on, man? He goes Henderson over Myers, full PPR. I mean, you want to take the narrative of they're trying to show off Myers prior to trade. Maybe. Henderson's just in a good situation. I mean, Falcons are it's just a tough matchup against them. They're middle of the road right now against the run. Assuming they're going to want to try to get Henderson a lot more involved. And, even though there was conversation to Terrell Jennings at one point, I think Myers is a safer pick just because of the fact that he's a running back for the Patriots. You never know what's going to happen there. I think it's just a safer pick, but I think Henderson, I think it's finally time for him to get the reins, and they're going to try to use him as best they can. So yeah, I'm gonna go Henderson here, and it's more just the guarantee of touch comparatively to Myers. They are going to be down. I mean, this is a game that I just don't like the quarterback either. I think May is able to open up more doors for Henderson than Gino is to open for Myers. And with Bowers back, they're going to definitely use him a lot more. Kyle Flint, what's going on, man? Great to have you here. He goes, oh, Zay Jones or Shaheed? Gross. Shaheed's coming off injury. Zay Jones is just bad. I'm just gonna go Shaheed. He's just a better player. The matchups, they're underdogs by 14. They're gonna have to throw it. A lot of talk about his trade, being traded. Maybe they get him more involved, like the Myers thing. Yeah, I'm gonna go Shaheed here. Patrick goes, I meant there's guys who give up and you have people fighting for a playoff spot and give up and screw others. I know. Oh yeah, I hate this. I know my literature blows, but I barely made it through high school because I was good at football. There you go, man. No, it's all good. I agree with you 100%. It's one of those, I do hate when those teams at the bottom screw everybody at the top sometimes, where they're just a free win in some scenarios. I have that in a couple of leagues, but it's nothing more than the concept that it's like dynasty teams that have made a bunch of trades and have gotten to that point. There are a few redraft teams that have gotten to that point, but not a ton. And I have a lot of last place, like in my main league for redraft, I have a last place rule. And basically it is whoever gets last place has to pay for third place the next season. And it's not like we're playing for like $20. We're playing for like 300 and it goes up 50 every year or every 2 years. I apologize. So for every 2 years and this is one of the years that we're going up. So next year it's going to be going up to 350, which means you're paying $700. Unless you need to be really in. And I always do my best to make sure that those people don't ruin everything at the bottom. It keeps them competitive and needing to be in it. So that's what I do. All right. We got Marcos goes Tech McMillan or Jennings full PPR. I'm going to go. That's gross. Oh, it's gross. I can't tell you to honestly, I don't have the balls to tell you to play Juwan Jennings. I just don't. I don't have him ranked anywhere close to what, other people might have him at. I have him at 38 comparatively to Tet at 24. It's just a huge discrepancy at that point. Giants are going to be down basically all their corners. They have I think 2 of the 3 that normally play are out. Flott's out. Adabo is out. I get the reasoning for it, so I have no problem with you playing Jennings, but the problem is for me, I just don't have that. I want a proven commodity over something I have no idea about. So Tet's matchup's difficult against Green Bay. They're going to have to throw the ball a little bit. Volume wise, I don't mind McMillan. So I'm going to go McMillan here, but I don't fault you for wanting to play a guy like Jennings in a matchup like that. I personally can't I don't have the balls to do that. But if you do, I hope you do. If you do play it and you do win and you do well, I want you to come back next week and tell me, because I'm curious. I can't do it. Joe Flacco is officially active for those that care. I just got the alert from Ian Rappaport. I'm going to be running through a bunch of actives and inactives in a minute, so just be aware of that. For those that have questions in the chat, don't worry, I didn't forget about you. I'm just going to be a little bit more focused on the actives and inactives at this point. Will Dissly, Mekhi Becton, that's a big one. For the Chargers are going to be out today. Tony Jefferson's out on the back end. Really a good sign for Derwin James, who's been hurt the last few weeks. Calvin Ridley, Jeffrey Simmons are going to be out today. Those are big injuries for the Titans, especially the Jeffrey Simmons. So for sites to show you, you want one out of those, Vidal. Vidal is your choice today. I think they're going to use him. Joe Flacco, he's active today. He's good to go. Trey Henderson is out. He will not be playing today. Bears inactives, we already knew. DeAndre Swift, Luther Burden, Roshan Johnson. That's the only big hype for Monungai, is that he really doesn't have anyone behind him other than Travis Homer. And I don't think they're going to try to get Travis Homer involved. Travis Homer is more of their he's more of their backfield or their special teams guy. So I really don't think they're going to get him heavily involved in this game. Minnesota doesn't have anybody crazy out. Josh Oliver out, which isn't really a big deal. He has been involved the last few weeks. Jeff Okotoko, I can't say his the corner for Minnesota. He's out today. That's a kind of a big deal. It really helps out Detroit. Quay Walker is active for Packers. Just another really good thing. Brandon McManus is back today. Dontavian Wicks, he's going to be inactive today for those that are looking to play him, but I doubt it. Just waiting for more. They're all kind of just trickling in here. I want to get you guys these, and then I'll answer your questions. Don't worry. I see you in the chat. I will get to you guys very shortly, but sites to show you, Vidal. Just because of the matchup, it's a great situation for him. Monungai is a quick second, and then Monty right behind him if I'm ranking them. Dalton Schultz is active today. For those that need a tight end, he is active today, dealing with back and shoulder problems. Just be aware of that moving forward. Marcos, should I even play Brian Thomas Jr. instead of Downs? Ugh. Downs has just been on fire the last few weeks. He really has. I mean, if you're looking at his game log the last few weeks, I mean, he only had 3 receptions last week, 1 for a touchdown. One before that, 6 for 7 for 42 and a touchdown. They're definitely using him a lot more in the red zone than I thought they would, to be quite honest. He's a smaller guy. Pittsburgh hasn't been doing well against the pass. They are probably one of the worst teams against the pass. I don't blame you for thinking that way, but I don't see this being a situation where they're going to constantly just chuck it down. I just don't see them. I haven't seen anything from Brian Thomas Jr. I wouldn't be against you playing Downs over. I wouldn't be against that. I think I even have. Brian Thomas ranked a little higher at 19 comparatively to Downs at 31, and it's really more because of the situation of where he is. He's got 3 other guys ahead of him. He's more of a long shot than Brian Thomas, who doesn't really have anybody else. They really don't. So I'm going to tell you Brian Thomas, but I don't fault you for wanting to play Downs. He's just been miserable the last few weeks, coming off injury, but he hasn't been on their report. So nothing to worry about there. Brock Purdy is listed as inactive today. He will not play. Ricky Bracero, we are about. So it looks like Mac Jones will be getting the start today for the 49ers. They've been planning that all along. People hinting the concept of the Meadowlands field. Bullshit. No one unknown out today. I'm looking at just trying to get the Axis and Inactives full list, and it looks like everybody that we know is in, everybody that we know is out. So Will Hayes, what's going on, man? He goes, Bam Knight or Montgomery. I really need a receiver to have Slayton now. Wide receivers available are Alec, Washington, Keon Coleman, and Pierce. Now I have Warren as my tight end. With that effect, if I picked you. Oh, you're saying if you picked a guy like Alec, will that matter if I play a guy like Warren? So for the Knight and Montgomery, I don't like Bam Knight, but there's no one else behind him. They're going to utilize all three guys with Michael Carter and him. That's the other part of it, three-headed comparatively to two-headed. I'm going to go with Bam Knight here. Just the matchup's okay, and based on these two, that's what I would do. Slayton versus the I just don't like Slayton. He's just not what they're looking for. The only guy that I would maybe replace him with is Parker Washington. I don't mind Almador. I just don't like the QB. And honestly, I don't like Trevor Lawrence that much either. Pierce isn't horrible, but it does lower your particular situation. You want some you do want some variety, because if the passing game goes to shit, you're not losing two people, you're losing one. Very rare that might happen against Pittsburgh, but you never know. Washington is in a better scenario. I might go with Washington over Slayton. Marcos goes Dak or Drake May. I can't believe I'm at that point now. I think it's going to be Drake May. This is a tough scenario for him too. This is going to be a really good test of his situation, just because the Falcons are actually pretty good overall against wide receivers, and so Drake May I like a little bit here. Yeah, I'm going to go Drake May. Marco goes Flacco or Aaron Rodgers or Sam Darnold. Pick two. Sam Darnold for sure. I think I'm going to go Aaron Rodgers or Flacco. I have Flacco and Rodgers right next to each other. I'm going to take the healthy guy and go with Rodgers. I'm a little nervous about Flacco today. I'm not going to lie. Knucklebuster. He goes Javonte Williams or Manungai. That's a really tough one. It's hard for me to tell you not to play a top 5 or top 6 running back at this point. Good matchup overall against the Cardinals. They're actually decent against the run, being 7th overall, just because they have some big bodies in the middle. Manungai has a better matchup. Less behind him, if you will. It's just hard for me to not tell you to play a guy like Williams. I have a situation where I have to play either Javonte or Vidal. Like, both are really good. It's hard for me to not play the guy that has been on fire the last few weeks in general. Played really well as of late. I have him ranked number 9 on the week. He's got 3 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. He has over 150 yards in both of those games the last 3 weeks. He's only had one bad game against a bad team. It's hard for me to tell you that. One guy, we just have too little of a sample size, but his situation, versus the Bengals, who are one of the worst against the run, I completely understand why you want to play him. I just can't. I'm not there. Different league. I already played. Oh, okay. No, that makes sense. I get it. I have too many like that. More than you know. Let me see. Boonum Hominy. What's up, man? Great to have you here today. Goff for Flacco. It's Goff. I don't really have to do much conversation about that one. I don't trust him. I just don't trust Flacco today. One bad hit, he gone. So Goff plays well at home. They're going to be doing. They're going to. Vikings defense has been easy to beat this year. I'm gonna go Goff. KS or K Space. What's going on, man? He goes Brissett, Mac Jones, or Trevor Lawrence. I'm gonna go Mac Jones here out of this group against my Giants. Right now, like I said, their corners are beat up. I'm gonna go Mac Jones here, throwing the ball well, doing what he can. I think he's gonna try to get Kittle more involved this week. Yeah, I'm gonna go Mac Jones. What up, Worm? Little Worm. Nice. He goes, Classic Mike, missed you, brother. In full PPR, do I flex Kamara, Tet, or DJ Moore? Gross. This is really gross for me there, Worm. I definitely have Kamara at 24 for running backs. Low to begin with. RB2 against the Rams. Rams are just overall a really good defense. They're 10th against the run right now in DVOA. It's going to be a rough game for Kamara. It will. It's going to be a tough game. Tet is in a bad situation too, going against the Packers, who are currently, what are they, eighth against wide receivers at this point, letting up only 1,600 yards in the last, 8 games. It's going to be a tough matchup, and Bryce Young is coming off of a bad injury. DJ Moore, I like a smidge more. I think I might lean DJ Moore, but believe me, I get it. I am not confident in one way or another. I have DJ Moore in one league that I just sit there and pray every week. So I'm going to lean DJ Moore here, but Kamara is definitely the safer floor in this particular scenario. So yeah, that's what I would do there. So K-Space, you were leaning Brissett. The only reason why I'm not leaning Brissett is I'm not a fan of him in general. I understand Cowboys are one of the best teams to pass against, 32nd overall passing yardage. So if you want to take advantage of that, I agree. Giants overall, their defense, yes, their front seven is good, but their back end is bad. I think it's going to be a lot of quick passes out. I think they're going to try to move the ball downfield a little bit like that. Christian McCaffrey going to be heavily involved as well. I think Mac Jones overall is better in his particular scenario. Panthers officially announced that Rico Dowdle is starting at running back today. Means very little. He could start the day and then not finish. I mean, come on. We already kind of knew that they were going to increase his touchdown. Hey, man, I get it. We all need a win today. I'm hoping I can get you guys into that particular scenario. Hopefully we can win these leagues. Marcos goes, sorry for the long question. This is not long. Come on, man. We're good. Pick 3, Jalen Warren, Debo, J.K. Dobbins, DJ Moore, Jameson Williams, Kendrick Bourne, or Spears. Full PPR. Gross. Jalen Warren, for sure. J.K. Dobbins, for sure. Run funnel or pass funnel, whatever they want to call it. You need to run. You can't pass. So Dobbins. I think the ceiling play for this is Jameson Williams, and it's really just because of the conversations that I've been having recently. I saw a report this morning about them wanting to get him more involved because of the fact that they're like mentally going, oh my God, we haven't involved Jameis. We need to. Might be the day. It might. DJ Moore is the safe play. It's hard for me to tell you to play Bourne. Like he's gone off one week, does nothing the next week. Debo is a safe option as well. Debo and DJ Moore are pretty much, I don't want to call them the same because they're really not. But Spears to me is out of this equation. I can't play Spears. I just can't. I understand it, but I'm good. So Jalen, Dobbins, and I think Williams is your best bet if you need a Hail Mary. If you're down playing Lamar, like let's just say you played Lamar and Henry, or you played Lamar and Mark Andrews or something like that, then I would be playing Jameson Williams for the the long ball, if you will. If you are the one with Lamar and Henry, I would probably lean DJ Moore. Just a better matchup. So that's what I would do. Knucklebuster then he says, then I decided to drop Dobbins instead of Marks for him in another league. Which one is this? Okay. That's tough, man. I hate when I drop a guy right before, like in our league, in my redraft league, someone dropped an guy prior to the Swift news. So he dropped him last week, and then he dropped him at the beginning of the week, like I think it was like Wednesday, and then he goes up on waivers on Saturday. And we had at least 3 people in there, me being included. And he went for a good chunk. So Victorious, what's up, man? Great to have you back. He goes half PPR flex spot, choosing between Travion Henderson, BJ, Brian Thomas Jr., and Tucker Kraft. Ooh, that's a tough one for me. But anytime it's half, I'm going to lean a little bit more towards the running back, just because of their guaranteed touch. Travion is this isn't going to be the easiest game he's ever played against Atlanta. Atlanta is 8th best against the run. I'm going to go Travion here. Tucker's been playing out of his mind, and it's a great matchup for him overall against Carolina. It's hard for me not to. BTJ is out of the equation for me. I know it's a good matchup overall against the Raiders. Raiders are 15th best against the pass. I have to lean Travion. Wormy, he goes Rashid Shaheed or Darnell Mooney. Great question, man. Great question. I think the matchup overall is going to be difficult. Right now, New England is probably your better bet in this game. So Mooney is probably the better choice. Shaheed is just, if you want to go with the narrative of the fact that they're going to be down and they need to pass the Saints, I get it. I understand it. Rams are 10th best against, against wide receivers. I rather go Mooney because of the quarterback scenario. I don't trust Tyler Shuck. I just don't. Tyler Shuck in this game is what's making that line so horrible that it's 14. I rather go with Penix. I trust him more. I'm gonna go Mooney. Sites to show you. What's up, man? He goes full PPR. Keyshawn Boutte or Troy Franklin. This is going to be a scenario that is very difficult. I'm not even going to lie to you. Right now, I know Troy Franklin has been playing out of his mind, and I love it. Honestly, real good playing with Bo Nix. They always find a way to get him the ball one way or another. He's currently wide receiver 24 on the year. Him and Boutte are back-to-back, 24, 25. Both on different types of teams. like I said before, Atlanta has been doing decent against the pass as of late. They are currently, well, they've been doing better than great. They are, currently first against the wide receiver. Booty is one of those players that pops up for 2-3 weeks and then disappears. And it's so hard to rank him. It's so hard to get on board with this, his particular situation. I mean, just looking at his particular stats right now, he's got 2 touchdowns in the last 3 weeks. 4 touchdowns in the last 3 weeks. That's hard to ignore. It really is. Going against one of the best pass defenses in the league. Then you get a guy like Troy Franklin, who has been doing pretty well himself. 3 touchdowns in the last 3 weeks, 2 last week against Dallas. But it was against Dallas, against the Giants, 2 teams that you can beat on the beat through the air. So it looks like McLaurin could be held out until after their Week 12 bye. Just be aware of that for those that have them. This is tough for me, man. I think you're going to be I think Houston is better than what you think. Houston's number 3. So you're going against the first or the third best team against wide receivers. It's a coin flip for me, man. It really is. It's really a coin flip. I have Booty at 40 and I have Franklin at 44. Man. Guys always make this difficult for me. Both good quarterbacks with May and Nix, so I gotta factor that in. Both games are, well, one game's in a dome, the other is not, but it's not bad weather out in New England today. If we look at the point totals, it's just lower point total for the Texans, 41. Houston's favored here. They're going to have to pass the ball a little bit. They might try to suffocate Sutton, which leaves Troy Franklin open, which is not a bad thing for this. And then Booty, they're favored by 5.5, 45-point over-under. I'm going to go Troy Franklin. Sorry, I had to run through this in my mind because honestly, I was when I don't expect a question like that. A lot of the other ones I can kind of, read out. This one is tougher. These guys are they got other guys in front of them. You got to try to figure out tendencies. You're trying to figure out how everyone's going to go. I like Booty. I really do. I think he's been doing great, but he's such a hard person to play. Troy Franklin going against a team that's really good against the pass, but they are not favored. They have to get a little more involved. Full PPR. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Troy Franklin. Marcos goes McConkey, London, Keenan Allen, or Kelsey. Pick 2, full PPR, tight end premium. All right, well, with the tight end premium, unfortunately, I might have to go with Kelsey here. I don't love it, but you got to do it. That premium adds an extra, point or two or whatever you guys might be playing. McConkey's in a good matchup. London is in a matchup. Keenan Allen is in a great matchup. I don't like it. Sucks that you guys have 2 of the same guy, or 2 from the same team. I would probably lean. London here. Yeah, 24th best against the pass. Christian Gonzalez is back. That's the only downside to that, but I like London a little more than all 3 of these guys. But it's a great matchup against Tennessee. Tennessee is, what are they? 21st compared. No, I'm going to stick with London here. Let's go London. I mean, I have to bench London in one league, but that's because I have CeeDee Lamb and JSN in that league. So, and I have Vidal and a couple other guys that I can play in the flex over him. So, Yeah. All right, cool. All right. Make sure you guys are throwing those questions in the chat. I'll be answering them as they come in. Thank you for everybody that's contributed today. Wonderful questions. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you guys, if you haven't already, check out Underdog Fantasy, one of the best places out there. Really do great with pick'ems and things like that. They go over some uh, player positional stuff where you bet higher or you basically choose higher or lower. Really love the site. Make sure you guys, when you register, use promo code get right, and when you do, you will get some promotions like play 50 get or play 5 get 50. They will help you out on that. Right now is, well, they probably just got rid of this, but just because it's Boostober and in October we're not there anymore, but it's the one I had. We need to add the new promos in there, but really great, really great site if you haven't used it already. Hey man, appreciate you, Knuckle. Really appreciate you going Knucklebuster saying smash that like, folks. Yes, sir. We got 21 watching currently. Please make sure you guys are hitting that like button on YouTube if you haven't already. Really appreciate everybody being here today. Love the questions. You guys always keep me on my toes and really enjoy answering those questions as well. Let's see. That's right. Give Big Mike some love. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Use that for it's my nickname for one of my or two of my nephews. They call me Big Mike because there's a bunch of Mikes in the family. We got my brother-in-law who's Mike, his son Michael, and then we got me. So it's kind of hard to differentiate everybody. So they call me Big Mike. But it was because I said, "Oh, my name's Mike too." Well, like when I first met him, I'm like, "My name's Mike too, but I'm bigger than you." And he goes, "Big Mike." Doesn't help that I'm actually kind of bigger, but it is what it is. Make sure you guys throw those questions in the chat. I'm only going to be here until you guys have no questions. I don't like just sitting here talking to myself, even though I can talk for hours. Make sure you guys check out our other affiliate podcasts if you haven't already. Please make sure you guys check out Phil over at the Extra Point. He is here every Tuesday doing his Dynasty content, and he always brings in Kendall from the Fantasy Football Tavern. They both do a great job working together, doing their Dynasty content, both really big Dynasty guys, as well as check out Tycoon too. I know he's out right now. He's not producing anything, but it's okay. Always check out his stuff. Also, check out Cody and Zach on the Sweet Life podcast. They are another show on our network that really, they do a great job just talking ball when they're here. All right. Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Gadsden or Bowers, you suck. You asked this question last. I'm gonna stick with Gadsden, man. I just did my rankings this morning, like updating a couple things, and that was one of them. And I put him above Bowers 5 and 6. All that means to me is that Bowers is gonna go off. So if you don't get one, I mean, it's good that you have both. I have to go. Like I feel better about Gatson. They're getting him more involved. But I definitely see a world where they could just ghost him, and Bowers just goes nuts from coming back. Pete Carroll is one of those guys. So yeah. Like I'm in a league where I am the bye week kind of screwed me this week a little bit, and I have to play. Like I don't have to, but I'm going to be playing Trey McBride, Gaddison, and George Kittle in my flex spots that I have. So yeah, sites to show you goes had to choose between Gatson, Warren, and Kincaid. Gross. Oh my God, that's a horrible choice. I commend you for having all three. Hard to make that decision right there. I'd probably be leaning Warren a little bit. I have Warren ranked higher. Pittsburgh's just pitiful against the pass. So I'd probably be going Warren over Gatson. But it's tough. Really tough. Good for you guys. I love how a lot of our viewers are very good at trying to get ahead of the curve and have these guys really love it. So you guys are really smart, really know what you're doing. So I appreciate that a lot. All right, boys and girls, make sure you guys are throwing those questions in the chat. Like I said, I'm here for you. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button if you haven't already. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the show if you haven't already. Really do appreciate getting new viewers and getting everybody involved in our community. For those that are new to the show and new to the particular channel, make sure you guys check out the Discord below. We have a Discord that is a wonderful community that we're trying to build. Really great people in there, not just me. We have Kendall, we have a few others as well. Really love having people in there. You can ask your questions, we'll answer them directly on there. So make sure you guys check out that. I also do the injury news during the week, give you guys up-to-date injury news whenever I can so that you guys have the best information possible so that you can make your decisions during the week and, closer to the day of play, of course. That's why I love doing this show. Knuckles goes, thanks for the help. Love the show. Thanks, man. I really do appreciate that. Really love having you guys here. You guys really make this show what it is, and I really do appreciate it. I really love coming out here on Sundays. So, all right, I'm gonna wrap this thing up. I got people giving me calls, and I gotta start doing stuff around the house before the games start. I hope everyone has a wonderful. Oh, wait, Marcos, I'll get your question. I see it here. Dyke or Jameis, full PPR. Yeah. Wow. We're at that point, huh? We're at that point. I'm gonna go Dyke. Of course, man. That's what I'm here for. Jameson or Myers, feel that both OCs want to push the ball to each this week. But yeah, I'm going to go Myers. Myers just is the better guy here for me. What up, Patrick? Whoa, big thank you. Appreciate the super chat. Patrick Abad. What's going on, man? He goes, should I start Flacco or Jaden Daniels? Also, do I start Debo or Trey Tucker? Or do I start Spears? I'm gonna go Jaden Daniels. Both are hurt. Both are in situations that are a little bit more difficult, but I like Jaden a little bit more just because of the fact that he can use his legs. I have him ranked at 12. It's going to be a tougher matchup for him. Seattle is a really tough matchup. Flacco has a better matchup, but he's hurt, and I'm just scared of his scenario. Jaden's floor is higher, but he has less weapons, which makes him a little bit harder to rank. But I like Jaden a lot more. He's going to spread the ball out a little bit more. Then it's Debo and Trey Tucker. If this is the same league, Jaden Daniels and Debo, I don't mind that combo, but it's gonna be a rough game. Seattle is a pretty good defense overall. Trey Tucker is in a better scenario, but a worse quarterback. I'd probably stick with Debo and Jaden here. I don't trust Spears enough to play him, and the Chargers are a pretty good defense overall. So I'm gonna stick with Jaden Daniels and Debo if they're in the same league for sure. And if they're not, it's okay. I'd still play Debo over Trey Tucker in most scenarios. So yeah. So Patrick, thank you so much for your time and for your super chat. I really do appreciate you. Yeah. So he goes, I have Chase with Flacco. I have Debo and Chase. Oh, no, you're still playing Chase. You can't not play Chase. But you're trying to see if you should do the stack with Flacco against Chicago. I guess that's what you're asking. Chicago's 6th best against pass. So in this case, they're giving up less points to wide receivers and less points to wide receivers and to QBs at this point. I'm just nervous about Flacco re-injuring the injury. It's his right shoulder. If it was his left shoulder, knee, like, whatever, I'd be a little less, but it's his right shoulder. It's gonna be a lot of underneath routes. He's not gonna be able to sling the ball as far down the field. They're not gonna try to make him throw deep. It's gonna be a scenario where they are going to try to keep it underneath more than not. I would assume that in this particular chase, okay, so let me see. So he goes Flacco and Chase, or Flacco and Chase, or Debo, and yeah. So that's my only thing, man. You can't not play Chase. Chase is in. He is set. Yeah, no, I understand that too. We understand that he's cleared, but that doesn't mean that he's good. it just means he's cleared to actually get on the field. He's not taking hits in practice. They probably avoided him. He's gonna get hit at one point. It's inevitable. But at the end of the day, are you going to be okay with the fact that his numbers are going to probably be a little bit lower? Yes, you get the combo with Chase. That's my only thing, man. I get it. I get it. A lot of people want to play Flacco today, and I have no problem with that. But Jaden Daniels has a higher floor with his feet. It's just a better play overall just because of that. You're getting 50 yards extra to Joe that has to throw 100 or more. Actually, has to throw 120 yards or 125 yards just to get what Jaden Daniels can get with his legs. The Seahawks are very aggressive on defense. They have a really good pass rush. It's tough. It's tough. I would, like I said, I'd probably be leading Jaden Daniels playing Jamar Chase and keeping that combo together. So, whoa, another one. Thanks, Patrick. Another super chat. Thank you so much. Should I start RJ Harvey after last week? It's hard not to start him. It's really hard. This is going to be a better game. I think this is going to be a decent game for him in general. Right now, Houston is one of the better teams against the run. They are fifth best overall against teams that run the ball. They are only let up 619 yards in the last 9 games, which is pretty good. They are usually a pass funnel defense. They like to let the run, or usually a pass funnel. I always forget which way. They usually let the run go to help the pass. But in this case, they're doing pretty good on both ends. Their defense is one of the highest scoring overall. I don't mind starting Harvey. It's really just your options other than him. That would be my question. I have Harvey ranked at 34. So for me, that's borderline flex in that scenario. It's really based on who you have above him or who you have other than him to play. But it's hard to argue. You can't chase touchdowns. He had 2 touchdowns last week. Prior to that, he had nothing against the Giants. He had 4 yards prior to that. He's too volatile, in my opinion, to play. But if you're asking me about Harvey, I can only assume that you have very little behind that. So I understand the reasoning. They're trying to increase his touches, but he only got 7 touches for 47 yards against Dallas, who's really bad against the run in general. Got the 2 touchdowns in that game. He's been getting good amount of receptions here and there, averaging about 3 or 4 per game, other than the last 2 weeks. Like I said, unless you have something like worse behind it, I'm not against you playing Harvey. It's really just who you might have behind him. So let me know who you have behind him that's on your bench, and I'll let you know. That one's a little bit harder for me to answer without knowing all that. To me, he's too volatile, and I need a little bit more. But against Houston, I'd be a little less likely to play him. Nino, what's going on, man? He goes, you think it's crazy wanting to start Spears over Bill? No, it's not crazy. I understand it. Spears has been more actively involved the last few weeks. after coming back from injury. I don't like Spears in particularly. I like Bill just because he has less competition, but I understand it. I have him currently ranked Tajay at 29. But I do understand why people like him. 5 touches, 59 yards, and the touchdown last week make him a lot more palatable. Chargers aren't. Let me see. Chargers are currently bottom. They're like below average against the run. So I don't hate the play. But yeah. Also, is it crazy I'm starting Trey Tucker? I mean, it's based on your other options, man. That's the crazy part about fantasy, man. Trey Tucker's not a horrible start. I personally don't. I am not invested in Trey Tucker. I'm not invested in the Raiders offense in general other than Genty. Like, he's the only guy that I would really want. I have Tucker ranked today at 39. Most times he is, but he's getting involved. I mean, he's getting, what is this? He's averaging, what is it? The last 3 weeks, he's averaged at least 4 targets per game. He's averaged about 5 catches per game, and he's averaged about 60 yards per game. So that's not horrible. That's just a wide receiver 3, barely a flex spot. And then he did that in the last 3 weeks without Brock Bowers there. The weeks that Brock Bowers was there for like week 1, it was 2 catches for 54 yards and 3 targets with 1 touchdown. And then it was 3 for 8 for 12. So it's one of those things where it's a change in scenario. You might see the good from the last 3 weeks, but then realize what Brock Bowers comes back, it kind of screws everything up. But you're not crazy for it. It's just there's not much you can really do in that scenario. So you got to do what you got to do sometimes, man. That's what we have. That's, why we play the game. It's really difficult. But like I said, for those that are new to the show, make sure you guys. Oh. Samaje Perine has been a little bit more involved lately, which scares the crap out of me because I let him go. He scored I think it was the 2 touchdowns last week, right? Oh, you're good, brother. Don't worry. Is this full PPR or half? Let me know what that is. Half PPR, I'm going to lean Samaje. Full, I'm going to go Tucker for sure. That I will definitely tell you. Is it full or half? Full. Okay, so I'm probably leaning Tucker here just because of the format. I understand the touchdowns and all that, and he's been getting more involved. They've been using him on goal line. I get all that. And Flacco's helping him. But I'm going to go Trey Tucker just because of full PPR. It gives him the straight advantage. Samaje is not involved in the passing game like that. Granted, they might involve him a little more today just because of Flacco not being able to throw it downfield. But I do like Tucker. I like Trey Tucker just a smidge more in this scenario. I mean, I have Samaje at 38 for a running back, and I have Tucker at 39. So they're pretty comparable where they are ranked. Situationally, probably better for Tucker. No problem, man. That's what I'm here for. Thank you for your generous super chats. We really do appreciate them. Keeps the lights on a little bit longer, so thank you. So I really do appreciate everybody in the chat today. Thank you so much for everybody. Sights to show you. Marcos, Knuckle Buster, Worm, Marcos. Thank you all, Victorious. Really appreciate you guys. K-Space. Always appreciate you guys being here. Sean Augustine, thanks, man. Really appreciate you. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button as well. Make sure you guys are subscribing if you're new. Make sure you guys are checking out our Discord as well. We have a lot of great things. It's in the chat for you guys, or in the description for you guys. So make sure you guys check it out. Really great stuff going on in there. Actually, you know what? I'll throw it in here as well. Liked and sub. Thank you, Sean. Really do appreciate you. I'm going to throw the Discord in the chat for those that are in there. definitely join. Really do appreciate everybody today. Hope everybody has a wonderful week 9, unless you're facing me. I'll see you guys next Friday. Make sure you guys check out our Monday show with Frank. He will be here most likely with Kendall, I think. He will be here on Monday, then back on Wednesday, and then we have Phil here on Tuesday, and then I'm back on Friday. So we will see you guys next week. Have a good week 9, unless you're facing me. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Patrick, I'm going to come back. I'm going to end the intro and give you your props, man. Thank you. Really do appreciate your contribution. Thank you. I can't tell you. This is huge. Thank you. Have a great week 9, guys. Going out again. Peace.